Hey everybody, welcome to Excel video 483. I'm Nate Moore, the guy that does business intelligence for medical practices, like the book says. If I can help you with business intelligence in your practice, I'd love to. What I want to do today is we've done a lot of setup, a lot of preparation, and if you're hitting this cold, if this is the first video you've seen in the last 10 or 12, go back, start Excel video 470, make sure that you've got Power Pivot set up, that you've got Power Pivot and Power Query and Power View installed. You've got a data source. You got all the pieces in place so that you can do what we're going to do today. We're going to introduce and get started with Power View. From the Insert menu on the Home tab, once all that good stuff is installed, here's where Power View is. When I click Power View, Excel is going to open a Power View worksheet, which is kind of like a worksheet tab, not exactly like a worksheet tab. There's some things you can do with normal tabs you can't do with Excel worksheet tab, or excuse me, with Power View worksheet tabs. You'll see that I played in here a bit, so Excel's named this Power View 4. And now what we have is a little bit of real estate to play with, if you will. We've got a Power View tab, and Excel has built for us what Power View calls a visualization. Visualization is just a way to look at your data. And what Excel did is they said, oh, it looks like you've got some data and I've got this table, so let me start building some stuff for you. What I'm going to do is highlight this and delete it, and let's just start from scratch and kind of look at what we have to work with. We've got the main area here where we can do our visualizations. There's a filter tab here that we can minimize, or we could close it all together if we needed to. Let's minimize that just so it didn't buy us all that much space. It just made it a little less complicated. Over on the Power View field side, what I have here is the tables that are connected and set up via Power Pivot. So if I click on Build Charges, it will show me all of the fields that I have in Build Charges that we've created in the prior Excel videos, and dates and provider category, all that stuff. Notice there is an Active tab and an All tab. Now nothing's active yet, so that doesn't mean anything, but pay attention to that, because what will happen is you'll build something. In fact, let's start building and watch when the Active tab lights up. Sometimes what Power View will do is it'll show you the active tables, and you're like, well, what happened to the rest of my tables? Where'd they go? Where'd they go? They're in the All tab. Power View is trying to make your life easier by hiding that kind of stuff. Once you've got our workspace configured, let's drag a little bit. And the first thing I want to show you is something that you could never in a million years do in a pivot table. I'm going to take this fee field and drag it out here and put the dollar amount there, and then let's find provider. And I need to be careful that, see, if I put it here, I'm going to build a second visualization. If I put it here, see this light up and the dotted lines, I'm going to put this inside the visualization. And then I've got arrows here that I can make this a bit bigger. And then let me just skip ahead and show you one of the first things you can do is make this visible. From the Design tab that appears next to Power View when you're on a Power View tab. Now you've got some things to play with. You've got the Design tab that lets you do some work here, and one of the things we want to do is let's just increase the font size so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I can play with the font size a bit, and I've got a fee and a provider that I have been able to drag in, and I can drag more fields, and we will over time. But you can never put the fee first in a pivot table. You always have the fee in the middle, and then you can put rows and columns around it. In Power View, that's different. When you're in the Design tab, and we've played with the text size, one of the things I want to show you is you can switch the visualization. We're going to talk a bunch more about this, but you can make it a matrix. And you can't tell that that's a matrix because now I have rows and columns. Just humor me a bit. And let's do procedure class, drop that into columns so that it will show. And now we've got, there's the provider, and here's my procedure classes: abdominal surgery, bariatric surgery, breast surgery. Obviously, this is fake general surgery practice. And I can come back to a table and flip back between them. Notice when I am a table, the table is grayed out. And this confused me at first. I said, well, how come I can't make it a table? How can I make it a table? And the thought is, hey, I'm already a table. I'm not going to make that an option. I can switch to switch to a matrix. Now I've got a matrix. And when I switch to a matrix, I need to move something back into the columns area. So that works. Now that works. The other thing you can do in Power View, the other kind of visualization I just want to introduce briefly today, is a card. And what a card will do is it gives me some summary level information here. And let's take procedure class out. So there's my dollars by provider, and if I take the billed charges out, or excuse me, the provider out, there's my total billed charges altogether. This is a way to look at it as a card. I can look at it as a table and a matrix. This is just the very basics of PowerView. Stay tuned. We're going to play a bit more visualizations, trying to get our arms around what our options are, and then we'll start playing with the tools that are available in PowerView. Thanks for watching.